Yeah. Welcome. Yes, it's late this evening, but we in this thing. I know you didn't expect me, but here I am, like the telephone ring. I can't think of anything else that rhymes while I'm sitting here with you. But it's Random Topic Tuesdays. We make it do what it do. All right. Welcome. Of course, y'all know even though I'm busy on the campaign trail, I still have to take the time to come on here and talk with you all. This is not going to be a long live stream. I know we got to go to work in the morning, and I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Of course, this is very last minute. Make sure you are smashing up the likes if you're watching via Rumble, if you're watching via X, ScrewTube. Welcome. Shout out to my family on YouTube and X. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Make sure you press that heart too on X if you are there. If you're watching via X, because that makes the subscription go, it makes the channel go even further with the algorithm. So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you hadn't known, first off, shout out to everybody that's coming in. We're gonna make sure we get some more people coming in. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Oh man, I'm been busy with a lot of stuff, hitting the campaign trail. Yesterday we were at a forum for the Urban League. I did. It was pretty good. I did a great job. I actually posted a link in the YouTube chat last night. I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch it, so everyone could tune in. But my respect for people who actually are in elections, people that run for office just went up because there's a lot you got to go through. There's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of time and effort. And when you're running, it's not just you running, it's your family that's running with you. And everything you do is monitored and watched. That's one thing. But to sacrifice and put time into stuff like this is another. And I got to say, of course, especially when you're independent, the way that they talk about the two-party dictatorship, if you've heard of that, it is real. Now, I actually did a great job at the Urban League forum yesterday. It was at Fred Luter's church off the Service Road here in the East, and we had a great sized crowd, and I had people coming up complimenting me about how I did. And I was just straightforward. We need economic development in New Orleans East, and I think people, we need leadership. The lower ninth ward gets left out a lot. And I think there was an acknowledgement of that. And I think people related to that. Now, of course, I'm not a Democrat, and New Orleans is a primarily Democratic city. And a lot of these things, these elections, is set up. Well, I'll just wait until after the election to talk. We'll see what happens. I'll pause on that note. But I'm fighting a good fight. And I appreciate those that's rocking with me. I got some campaign signs that I'll be putting up soon, as well as my buttons already. So I have my website up. Matter of fact, I don't know if I showed you all the website, but I'm gonna put it. Let me show y'all before we get to the topic right quick. So hold up, because we got to get into our topic. It's late. I'm gonna be brief with the topic tonight, but this is the campaign website. If everybody wants to check it out, I'm gonna reject these cookies because I got memory issues on my computer right now. a place to register to vote. There's a place here, yeah. So shout out to my man Brandon who did this. Yeah, election day is October 11th. Yeah. So make sure y'all vote, ladies and gentlemen. Purple and gold, of course. Now, let's talk about what's going on. I'll be brief. The CEO and president of Essence Magazine, well, it's called Essence Ventures now, but Essence Ventures is the company that runs Essence Magazine as well as the Essence Fest. And of course, it's no secret because I did a video last month highlighting the challenges of Essence Fest in the last, especially in the last, I'll say 5 years, how the quality has gone down, and also the problems that they had this year. I'm talking about low, not just low ticket sales, but issues with the vendors outside. You had artists showing up at and performing at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Sundays, not finishing till 3. Same thing on Friday. Empty stadium seats in the Superdome, for goodness sake. And on top of that, there was this identity crisis. I think that Essence was going on, a cultural divide. And many people were laying waste at the CEO and president, Carolyn Wagna, who is, I know she's not a foundational Black American. Neither is Richard Dilou, who is the owner of Essence Ventures. But it was announced on Monday that Miss Wanga was stepping down after 4 years of being the I don't know why she looks like a Star Wars character right there with that thing on. Padme, the, the African Padme Skywalker, just walking up there with the vice president. Now, this was in 2024. That picture. So on August 25th, after the Ventures announced that Wagner would not be returning to the company 1 year after taking a health related leave. So she was on leave last year and she's officially stepping down. And now she's been only CEO for the last 4 years. And she released a statement on her Instagram page. I don't want to play the video because I'll get a copyright strike if you play the Instagram video there because they got the music playing. But she announced here Essence Ventures today announces that Carolyn Wagner, who has been on health leave since September of 2024, has made the decision not to return to her position as president and CEO of Essence Ventures. So I messed up this man's name. So it's Rich Lou Dennis. What did I say? Richard Dilou? Well, I had a Lou part right, but it was the wrong last name and it was the first name. It should have been on the Lou. But Rich Lou Dilou announced her departure, saying, quote, "We are profoundly grateful to Carolyn for her leadership, vision, and unwavering advocacy of Black women in culture. Her expertise in culture, equity, and organizational change has fueled progress across the Essence Ventures portfolio. Carolyn has left Carolyn has left an indelible mark on Essence and beyond, and we celebrate the many ways she has amplified our mission and impact." So it says here that she has served as he states that she served as a transformative leader of Essence Ventures from June 2020 through the start of her leave in fall of 2024. During her tenure, she guided the company through a period of growth, innovation, and renowned cultural influence. She remained deeply committed to uplifting and championing Black women, reinforcing Essence Ventures' legacy as a trusted voice and community for generations to come. Wagner said, "The opportunity to serve Black women as CEOs of home, culture, and community will forever present pride. To do my best to serve will forever represent courage, and fulfilling my next purpose calling will forever represent conviction." Now, She did a lengthy IG post that you could read here, talking about defamation and disparagement regarding her departure. So you could read here, as she says, my holistic, I'm reading through, I'm not reading the whole thing. I'm just reading parts, but she says, my holistic career experiences amidst the current socio-economic climate have no proven role in the current state of affairs within the company and its supporters. But when directly asked a question that my background has insight to it into, I answer it within the parameters of what I know, have perspective on, and am accountable to. My heritage, values, principles, li- lived life, and sense of community are a place of pride, passion, and purpose to democratize authenticity for the upliftment of all, not just some. I believe we are each obligated to leave the baton of life further ahead when we picked it up in honor of those who came before us, in service of those coming after us, and in disruptive discourse among those here now. Leveraging factual and constructive observations, insights, and experiences is the only appropriate way to drive change and should take place as often as needed in service of progressing forward with sufficient room for the nuance of individual perspectives that needn't align across all but reflect the realities of the voices that share it. Now, she says, I encourage debate and discussion within the aforementioned guardrails, absence of sensationalized slander without proof, lies without legal defense, and character concoctions that give way to conviction and correction. Some have, with full knowledge, been demonstrating unsubstantiated behavioral undermining that reflects an inability to defend feedback without backfeeding truth. Okay, so let's dissect what the former CEO of Essence just said. Now, it isn't just me, it was and others that pointed out the fact that when she was speaking, and I believe at Essence Fest about excuse me, she was speaking about Essence Fest this year. And we know that Essence Fest, of course, I've said what the struggles were, but Essence was spearheading and changing basically this, trying to encompass all of Africa thing, all of the diaspora type of thing into Essence Fest of 2025. That's what happened here. And there was video of her. It's everywhere. Real Dana was playing it. I've played it before. Um, I don't have it pulled up in front of me at the moment, but she was speaking about how we have all of the diaspora. Basically, how Essence has this broader appeal now. And part of the problem with that, and the way it was done, and the way Essence, and not just her, the owner of Essence, Rich Lou Dennis was saying, was that Essence Fest, as you all know, when it was created when Essence was created in the late 1960s, first off, by black men, actually, for black women. It was done to celebrate one of the owners of Essence wanted to create it to honor his mother. It was to uplift black women. And Essence Festival, as you know, in 1995, when it first started, was designed obviously to celebrate black culture, black American culture. It's called the Essence Cultural and Music Festival for a reason. And they put it in New Orleans because why? New Orleans is known not only for its music, but for its culture. Everybody knows when you go to New Orleans, the culture that you get. Obviously, the mixed food, the food, the music down on Basin Street, down in the French Quarter that you hear. That's black music. where the slaves were bought, Congo Square. That's black. So there's a rich history. And there was a reason it was put in New Orleans, because if it were put anywhere else, obviously you can't put it in Los Angeles. And this is no knock against LA. And you couldn't put it in New York or Houston and Chicago for a reason. It's just not the same. They tried it one year in Houston after Katrina. The Superdome wasn't fixed up. There's a reason why they never went back. It wasn't the same. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So I'm back. So within that time period, as I was stating, at with Essence Fest, you know, there was no real change. And there's was a lot of changes. Forgive me. That we didn't recognize, that shouldn't have happened, and it backfired. And you're talking, and the quality of artists, I always speak about this, the quality of artists that Essence Fest had. You're talking about a Prince, have a caliber of a Prince or Aretha Franklin or Frankie Beverly and Mays. And let me say this, given the fact that Frankie, and I know they did a tribute the year before when he actually passed, that this year, the following year in 2025, they didn't do another tribute, is something that a lot of the Essence fan base complained about. Now, do they have legitimacy to complain about that? Do they have a legitimate gripe? Yeah, I believe so. I think they could have honored Frankie one more time. Remember, Frankie used to close out Essence Fest every year. There was a period where he would close out the Sunday show, the last act, and for a reason. Frankie Beverly is a brother that's all FBA, and he's affiliated with New Orleans. And then you had the Joe Law versus Jambalaya. So there was some type of, it just, the vibe of everything that Essence Fest had was just off. It was just off. It didn't work. This woman is the former DEI, and she is DEI. People can get mad. I'm not saying that to be disparaging, but she was in charge of the DEI programs at Target. Recently the Target CEO just stepped down. Target had been going back and forth with things as far in terms of the diversity and equity and inclusion, and removing black owners, black. And that was another problem too. They had the CEO of they had Target as part of the sponsors was Essence Fest, which was another issue, and there was a boycott about Target and their treatment of black entrepreneurs, with their treatment of black products and so forth at the company that they didn't like. So that fell apart. But here's this thing, and it relates even to what's happened with BET. BET, of course, canceling their shows, their award shows. If you don't own the company, you're not going to be able to change anything about it. If you don't have the money to buy your own stuff and run it, then you're going to have other people just like this running things and controlling everything to your dissatisfaction. I don't celebrate anybody being fired. I don't celebrate anybody, losing their job because, she has a family. It has to be taken care of. Although, look, I'm pretty sure she's better off than me and some other people. I think she'll be fine and find another job. But I do think that we put the FBA Foundational Black Americans put pressure on Essence to say you got to make some changes because it was bad this year. I don't think when she says she's voluntarily leaving, I don't buy that. She's stepping down. I think they told her based off what they saw from the ticket sales being slumped, because Essence Fest may not happen again if sales don't improve. Remember, also another big thing I have with problem with Essence Fest, a lot of people have, the lineups don't get announced until the last minute. And if you're coming from out of town, it's easy for me because I live in New Orleans. But if you're coming from out of town, if you're coming from LA, or you coming from Miami or Chicago, New York, wherever to come into New Orleans, you're buying a plane ticket and you got to come back. You got to know what shows you want to go to. So when you don't have a lineup that's steady and ready for everybody to see and get to immediately, then you're going to have a situation where people are just going to say, you know what, I'll just watch their old YouTube videos. I'm sure they got a concert there. But somebody will be live streaming it. You definitely don't want to be a part of that. Yeah, you definitely had an issue. There definitely was an issue with this. They had a problem and they had to, I think, had to address it immediately because they're about to lose their fan base. They have lost their fan base with this thing. So uh so maybe there are going to be some more changes, possibly. I think there will be more changes to come. I definitely think that they're going to have to put somebody else up there, some new blood that's going to have to take over. uh I don't really I don't know too much about Dennis. I'm not too sold on him. I'm not sold on him. I know he's also from uh so somebody is from Kenya. I believe her family, Miss Wagner's family, is from Kenya, and the owner, Rich Lou, I believe not, he's from Nigeria. His people are from Nigeria. I could be wrong, but they are not, yeah, foundational Black American. They don't, and when you say that, you're talking about like a descendant of slaves. Well, not like you're saying you're all a descendant of slaves. You're part of the culture. You have ties in the game. Now, of course, yeah, everybody in the diaspora, yeah, they suffered under white supremacy and racism, of course, but there's a cultural divide with, of course, when you have someone that comes straight from Africa, because some Africans do look with disdain against Black people. Emphasis on some. So she's Kenyan. Yeah. And I got nothing against Africa. I mean, I love to work in Africa. I love doing business. That's Caroline Wagner. What is up with all of these damn outfits? Out, say no more. I think I know why she yeah, like a Black Star Wars extra. Oh my God. Damn. That one with Kamala Harris. This one, that takes the cake. This one, Padme. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Padme Shaniqua Skywalker. Let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah, I just think a lot of people were mad. I think she just did a bad. She didn't do a great job. I don't think all the people, and not just her, but even the owner. I don't think he's done a great job. But some changes had to be made, and I think they made the right one. I think they made the right one. They have to go in another direction. So, but best of luck to her. I'm sure she'll find another job soon. And that's all I really wanted to talk about tonight, y'all. Make sure. So she stepped down. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this music we got. Speaking of which, I got some more music I'm going to be putting out soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. All right, family. Be one, be safe, and be blessed. I'll holla. Peace. Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today, but if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on do our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel gboot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace.